Hello, my name is Don Grice. I'm the president of the Michigan Longbow Association, and I want to welcome you to the 2022 Great Lakes Longbow Invitational. This is a traditional archery, longbow only event. We've been doing this now since 1985, and it's a great family event, and we hold it every August. This year it is August 12th through 14th. It's a camping, traditional archery, tomahawk throwing, family fun event, and we would welcome you all to come join us and see what traditional archery is all about. This is in Hastings, Michigan, at Charlton Park.
Archers ready? 3. Archers ready? Line open.
Hi there, I'm Larry Murray. I have Lost Nation Archery with my wife, Janice, and we are vendors of longbows and recurves. We've been coming to the Great Lakes Longbow Invitational for the last 18 years, and we always have a great time here. The Michigan Longbow Association is a great group of people that celebrates, they call it the Fellowship of the Longbow. We enjoy a way of shooting, way of archery that may or may not involve hunting, but definitely involves enjoying the bow. We are here to sell bows, sell arrows, points, gloves, tabs, arm guards, anything else archery related. But probably the number one thing we do is just get together with old friends and have a good time seeing them again.
John Hoff, shooting Osage longbow, made down at the Tennessee Classic. Looking forward to shooting it all weekend long. Self bow, Tennessee Classic. I made it down there. You get a wood stave. I put 20 hours into this. Have shot it at every archer shoot since April, and holding up great. It's about 55 pounds and shoots like a dream.
The archers that are going to be in the Buckskin Bowman Challenge, please come forward. We're going to get you signed into groups and get the event going. Thank you for your patience.
I'm Katie Mansfield, and I am the reporting secretary for the MLA, and we're getting ready to start the Buckskin Bowman Challenge. It is a combination shoot of a laying down, a normal shoe, a kneeling shoe, an aerial shoe, 2 tomahawk throws, and a knife throw.
I know. Welcome back, archers. We're about to get going on event 2. All right, so just to repeat what's going to happen on this lead foot's going to go in the ring. It goes down. They got to shoot through the hole in the tree. The circle, the cutout, the vital is worth 10. Or the heart is worth 10, the vitals are worth 8. Any place on the silhouette is worth 5. Good luck. Four archers that will be advancing in the next two events are Jess Goodman, Ryan Willis, Oxer, and Terry Foltz. Congratulations. Those are your top four. Okay, so what we're going to do, again, this is going to be a tough challenge for them. All four archers are shooting at the same three discs. The only hits that will be scored will be arrows that stick in the disc. And each stuck arrow is going to be worth 10 points.
Archers ready? Pull. Whoa! There we go. You got him. Here. Pulls away, boys. Okay. Archers ready? Draw. Yours should be here.
Would you like Liz Gall?
What's that?
Liz Gall's arrow?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
If you are shooting the General Memorial, if you have a name on this list, please come over here and get an arrow and sign it. If you are a past president, you will be shooting these special arrows.
Tom Jenkins here, longtime friend of Ron's. I think we met about 1981. A few years later, we started hunting together. 6 years after we first hunted together is when he bought the property up in Iron County, which they named Shrew Haven, and had the lodge there, and another group formed there, and I was a part of that group a little bit, on and off, which remained so to the end. Ron was a legend in about everybody's eyes, in this state, and not only this state, but throughout the country. It was through Ron's connections that the GLLI started with Nancy coming up with a name for this event period. And then because of Ron's involvement, and he was a force to be reckoned with. And so through that, this event turned into one of the biggest events the nation had seen for its type of a traditional archery event. And he remained a force. He done so much on TV promoting the longbow. I can still remember at the Michigan Bowhunter Rendezvous where he done shooting exhibitions, where the whole grandstands was full of people, and the roar and the oohs and ahs and the cheers was beyond measure. And through Fred Trost, his TV promotion there is where MLA kind of got its grassroots, and then Ron formed that along with a few other guys, and here we are, from 1983 till today, and it's still going strong. And it was through Ron's leadership in them early years that totally got it off the ground, and brought it to where we are. And so throughout all the years, Ron was well liked by many people, loved by many people, impressed many people, and he was not just a person that talked. He walked the walk, he talked the talk, and he was the man. And he always had an entourage of people where he went. That's kind of a first sign of a legendary celebrity, more or less. And so it just one of the greatest. And I won't be surprised one day he'll possibly end up in the Archery Hall of Fame, which he's already in the Michigan Bowhunter Hall of Fame. But we love him, we're going to miss him, and we're going to do a 21 arrow salute in his honor with arrows that he made in 1988 to shoot as the tribute for Fred Bear. Those arrows have only been shot 3 times so far, also for Floyd Eccleston and also for Frank Scott. So Ron will be honored having to be the 4th person that those arrows were used for.
Really, we do most everything out on the parade grounds, but with this liquid sunshine, we thought we would keep most of you dry a little bit longer if we did more of the event inside this building. All right, ladies and gentlemen, when we take the field, we're going to have Ron's memorial shoot first. We will ask the past presidents and Ron's personal hunting friends to step to the line first, and the command will be archers ready, draw, loose. Do not let your arrow loose until you're given that command. No snap shooting.
Don't take too long.
Don't take too long. It's a pretty heavy bow. Okay, archers ready, draw, loose. And then you will step back away from the line. The regular memorial shooters will step forward, and those archers will also follow the same instruction. Okay, anybody got any questions? All right, let's proceed then with our regular scheduled program. Brian, why don't you start, please, with issues?
This is the commemorative arrow salute eulogy. The Northern California tribe of Ishi, the last member of the Yahi, the mentor to Saxon Pope and our young, had no words or phrase for goodbye. They would simply say, "You stay, you go, I stay." And so to our friends we say, "You go, we stay." And by the grace of God, we will meet again in a happy place where the environment is pure, our joys boundless, and game bags heavy with fond memories and joy.
I have asked Paul Party if he would read a poem that Ron wrote.
Forward by Ron LaClair. The years go by, and before you know it, your youth is gone, and now you show it. Youthful shine and unwrinkled skin will never be your look again. Color is going from your hair as white and gray take over there. Your knees no longer let you run. Wind in your face, that joy is done. Physical strength of your early years is waning, replaced by fears. Fear of losing what once was you. Fear of not doing what you once could do. Do not believe that all is lost. This look you have, you've paid the cost. Those lines and wrinkles on your skin are maps of battles fought hard to win. The drawn, tired look and signs of strain are evidence of suffered pain. Wear this look as a badge of life. It shows you've gone through trial and strife. Experience, the price is high. You'll keep paying until you die. Just set your sights on goals ahead. Don't look back, but forward instead.
Brian, would you please share with us the names for the memorial shoot?
Ronald Lee Fisher, Shannon Mann, Jared Burns, Jacob Burns, Charlie Finch, Gary Van, Gary Davis, Buck Pelton, Bill Sherwood, Joshua McKinney, Gary Davis, Mark Smith, Nick Mazur, Fawny Black, Ron LaClair, Denny Every, Scott Wagner, Barry Papa Bear Comer, Steve Coleman, Ron LaClair, Jim Burkhead, Jimmy Britton, Howard Ross Sr., Brandon Scherzer.
Gentlemen, can we remove our caps for a moment of silence? I'd like to open the floor just for a few minutes before we go out in the liquid sunshine for any stories or any tales that you would like to share with us that you had with an experience with Ron. Probably from that corner over there, there's probably a million stories over there. If you'd like to share with us before we go out in the rain and shoot our arrows.
Ron was one for using a compass. Man, you shoot a deer, before you get out of that stand, you pull that compass out and you get a bearing where you last saw that deer. Okay, then I guess where the story's going, it was a night shot. So we went and had dinner, and we better let it lay. You know, we'll go out the next morning. Well, this was Ron's one that he hit. So we're out the next day, and we're getting in a line. 40 yards apart. Look both ways, and you're walking a straight line. Keep that compass in front of you and keep going. We're going this direction. Okay, go down, I don't know, pretty far. Okay, stop. And no deer, no blood. Now everybody flip over here and start over. We'll go 40, 40, 40, and work our way back. Get your compass. No, damn it, you're not reading your compass. Get your compass in front of you now. You're not listening to me. And then we're walking, and we're walking. And then, again, man, we ain't going to find this deer, you know. So wild goose chase, as Jenkins would say. So we're going along, and pretty soon, we're kind of getting, especially me and Kevin here, we're kind of getting off track, you know, a little bit. We're not 40 yards from each other. Stop! Stop! And he goes over and he grabs Kevin by the shoulder. And he walks him over here, and you stand here. Grabs Roger, you stand here. You stand here. And then he's turning around with a, oh, there's the deer. End of story. That was it. It was a good one. We all laughed. You know? And we got stories continuous, one after another like that.
I'm sure a lot of you have probably seen Ron with a picture of his coyote. Well, I was on that hunt and on that tracking job. And don't think for a minute Ron wasn't one serious hard hunter, and he was the real deal. This coyote, I think, give both of us, though, an insight to the way those animals think. Because he hit that animal on the hindquarters, and we decided to track it the next morning. Luckily, it didn't snow that night. We had a light snow on the ground from the day before. But anyway, we finally caught up with that coyote about noon the next day because it was still going. And we tried every trick we could think of. I mean, Ron would circle ahead and try to get another arrow. I would push through on the track, and sure enough, he did come through, and Ron got a shot and missed. So we're still going. But literally, the point I'm getting to about how serious Ron is, and what, you know, he's probably never mentioned, but literally, Ron risked his life to get that coyote to recover it. Because we got to one point, I mean, this coyote it done every trick in the book for us to get off of that track. I mean, it was joining with other coyotes, it was getting mixed up in deer tracks, it was going under all these blowdowns, it was going across rivers, on and on. And so anyway, we were beat, but we were not giving up. So anyway, the bottom line was finally we get to this river, and I mean, now we're it crossed the river a couple times, but this stretch is pretty wide. It has not been cold that long. So that ice was thin, and we see the tracks crossing the river. I says to Ron, I said, I'm not going across that river. I said, I'll go downstream and come up until I find a track and go do it that way. Ron says, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going across this river right here. And I thought, oh my God, we have no idea how this river is, how thick that ice is. But his mind was made up. So I stood there, and I'm holding my breath. Because it's like, if he gets in the middle of this thing and falls through that ice, what am I going to do? Because I don't think I could have got him out. And I don't know if he could have got himself out. So he got down on hands and knees and literally stayed with that track and went across that river, and he made it to the bank. But I kept my word. I went downstream, and I come up the other side of that river until I crossed the tracks, and then I continued on. And by the time I finally caught up with him, because he was moving, and by the time I actually caught up with him, now he's into this final deal about the blowdowns. And I mean, it was on and on. You were literally on these blowdowns. It was like as high as your head off the ground. And you were hopping from log to log, looking at the track on the snow 5 feet from you. So this went on and on, but by the time I got there, Ron had done that. He put the finishing job on the tracking job. And then he got him on. The coyote couldn't go no further. From the top of the log, he finished it off. And he was just bringing it out as I caught up to him after all of that. But I'm just saying, I mean, that's as serious as it gets. That was Ron.
I met Ron so many years ago at a fur trade sale, at Wilder Creek. Little did I know that 10 years later, I would be back there, and it's this longbow event. And little did I know, many years later, we're all here because of. And this is a full circle, and thank you, Ron LaClair.
Ron brought the group of us together 30 years ago. And one of the things that Big Eric here put so eloquently in one of the TV shows that was at our camp, he said, you know, we make memories, we're here to make memories. And we've been doing this for 30 years together now. And it was because of Ron wanting to create a camp. So my advice to all of you is get out, make a camp with friends, and make memories, because there's nothing better than this. So thanks, Ron.
So we got another one. So they're going to go, Ron and Brian Cook. They're going to float the Brule River and hunt in a canoe. And so they get out in the morning, and John Grumley was hunting with us that year. And John was supposed to pick them up at a rendezvous point down on the Kearney Dam Road, at the Kearney Dam. So I got cold that morning, and I got out of my stand early, and I'm going to ride down there and see where the hell those guys are, where that Kearney Dam is. I'd never been there. So I was really early. And I got there, and there's Ron and Brian just kind of dancing around the fire. I said, oh man, I'm surprised to see you guys here this soon. And they're just freezing. Well, I guess they hardly got out of Armstrong Creek where they hit that current of the Brule River. And, well, the story just come out at the funeral. You know, Brian was always getting blamed for this. To come to find out, Ron grabbed a limb and flipped the canoe. Well, and there goes their shrew bows. They're watching a quiver full of arrows go down the river and float. And I think they saved one bow maybe. And then, so they got that canoe back up, and they got back in. They figured, well, their only hope is to get back to where they had to be picked up. And Ron got lucky. He only went in the water like this far, and he had a pack of matches in his pocket. And so they were able to get a fire going, and that's what they did. They stood there and just waited, and luckily I showed up a little earlier than John Grumley, and got their asses back to camp and got them warmed up. But the sad part was they lost a shrew and a couple quivers of arrows, and whatever. That's the end of that story.
Let's proceed down. There is a line that is already marked. I would like the red, white, and blue commemorative arrows to line up on that line. The black arrows, I want you in a line behind them, please. Okay? If we would step down there now and get ready to shoot.
You hear the thunder? I told you. You hear the thunder? Yeah. I told you. I said, fish it. Take your grab coat. Thank you.
Least we never forget. Archers ready. Draw. Loop.
Awesome.
Memorial archers take the line. Archers ready. Draw. Loop.